The Push or Pass podcast is not meant for younger listeners. This is a mature podcast. We use salty language. You have been warned.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Push or Pass podcast. My name is Dave. Sitting next to me today, as always, is the Devon to my Bubba Ray Dudley.
This is Jesse getting the tables.
On today's podcast, we want to thank everybody for joining us. We have a couple bits of news today in the Guild Ball world. Season 4 previews have begun because they're going to be debuting at SteamCon US in the coming months. So we're going to get some tidbits of information trickling down from us. And in the other news for Heroclix, the DC Animated Batman set released, and Jesse has devoted the next 5 paychecks to the set.
I mean, yeah, probably.
So we're going to hear from him on what he's got and what he doesn't have and, you know, his fun time of rolling around on the floor naked with them. Oh, bad puns aside, let's take a look at Season 4 for Guild Ball today.
Yep.
They released an article giving us some teasers on what new things would be here. They made some rules clarifications with text. So they're going to be changing the way text is presented for abilities and traits, cleaning up the rules and wording, which is fine with me. I mean, anything that makes it clearer is good.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of problems reading them, but I mean, I came in as kind of an advanced level gamer, so reading rules is not that hard.
Yeah, keeping it simple, it's always a smart idea.
Yep. So I have no problems with this. They previewed Close Control and how its wording was cleaned up. Nothing really to say there about it other than great. Moving on for that, they are changing the way that things will be measured, AoEs and ball markers specifically. They used to be within. Now they only just need to be barely within, basically like everything else. Used to measure AoEs from the center and balls from the center on scatter. And now they're going to be touching the template. You're going to lose a couple of inches off of some of the abilities. So things like Noxious Blast might lose a couple of inches because you're gaining some on the kickback from where you're dropping the template. But otherwise, I don't see it as really a big problem. There's a couple of models that might still keep their long range, but I don't really see this as a problem. It's just making everything the same is good because when I first started the game, the whole measure from the center of the ball and then drop it there, I was like, why is this the only thing that works like that, and why does it happen at all like that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's another thing that hurts the new players. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're looking at it like, why can't it just go at the end? Just to have everything kind of uniform across the board is a very good way to go. It keeps the game simple. You don't have to sit there and like check rules and everything, and that makes for a better time.
No real complaints there. I mean, we'll probably see some range adjustments. I'm assuming they'll keep things in increments of even numbers. I mean, you might lose a quarter of an inch or so off of things like Blasted Earth and, you know, Noxious Blast, but
I mean, anything that reduces the range of grenades, yeah, that's right.
You really, really hate Ratchet.
I really do. That's why I make my mission every time I play against engineers.
What has he ever
wipe him off the board?
What has he ever directly done to you?
He throws grenades at me.
He very rarely directly throws grenades at you.
He throws grenades at me, slows my team down, and then I get deadbolted to the ground.
Look.
And then you just tool up whoever next turn, and then Ballista's just going apeshit.
I don't know if there's a podcast we've had yet where you haven't complained about engineers.
I mean, engineers suck.
Yeah, they do. Next up on the list of new things they're changing, tap-in passes. So passes are now going to be easier to hit if you're within a certain range. It's not going to be exactly 4 inches. It's going to be half of your range.
Yep.
So if your range is 8, it's now 4. If your range is 6, it's now 3. And so on and so forth. I'm wondering if tap-in, the actual mechanic, will change to half of your range so that you don't just have 6-inch range guys running to 4 inches and then kicking it in.
It's possible.
I mean, it is possible. I feel like that would be okay.
I mean, that would go in within the method of like trying to keep things universal across the board.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, generally when I'm trying to kick in with a 6-inch model, I mean, unless I just barely got there, I'm probably trying to go for the tap in because usually a model with 6-inch range is a 3. A 3.6, so you want that extra bonus. But the fact that you have to get within 3 inches, that's an extra inch. I mean, it's not as easy, but sometimes you can do it. Models with 4-inch kick, I mean, very few models go for goals at 4 inches. I mean, very few, maybe some random butchers or something where it's like, oh, I have a 4-inch kick, or a mascot like Mother with her weird ball retrieval ability. But for the most part, I don't really see affecting the lower kick models. It might affect the higher kick models more, like the 6-inch range and the very rare 10 if any of the models with 8-inch range retain super shot. I believe Angel has a 4.8 with super shot, or a 3.8.
I believe so.
And Midas used to with super shot. So if there's any 10-inch kicks, a 5-inch, if you have a 5-inch tap in, I mean, more power to you, I guess. But overall, the fact that you can pass within, it's great for when you're retrieving the ball, you run over, you grab it, you walk back, and then you can pass it down your line without the ball randomly accidentally scattering behind your line. And you're like, now my entire plan is thwarted because I needed this momentum to try to go on this goal run or something or whatever. Like, okay, now you're not just going to fumble the ball and accidentally get pressured in by a Vitriol or a Velocity who's coming screaming over going, oh, you fumbled it. So can't really complain. It's a nice fix, something that will definitely make the passing game more prevalent, and people won't be as fearful to do it.
It won't be as much as like throwing the ball at a character that's already gone and just having it be dead.
Yeah, it definitely helps, and it definitely helps it in the situation of there being a scrum and you trying to get it to them, because if you're an 8-inch kick and you only need to get it 4 inches, but you're engaged and there's a guy in the way or something, like, yeah, you might be losing dice, but you need a lower number.
Yeah.
A 3 is obviously much easier than a 4, or a 4 might be easier than a 5, depending on what other modifiers you have there. So it's just useful for the game. It makes passing a little stronger. Makes me wonder how balanced the passing, the goal scoring versus the killing mechanics will be. They've hinted that they're trying to make games shorter, so maybe might be easier to kill people. So now they're like, oh, now we're going to make it easier for goals to happen because they just want the games to flow better. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Because, clocking out sucks.
It sucks
And
real bad.
And that's one of the things where I'm wondering how they're going to change anything in Season 4 for clocking out. Because you essentially need to have an extra person over there running a timer.
You do.
When that happens. I mean, there's usually a person there, and they're usually not opposed to helping. But it just sucks. So maybe we'll see what happens that way. Aggressive kickoffs. This is something I've been wanting for a long time, since basically I started. When they started putting the second player gets momentum rule in, I was wondering why you didn't get this on kicking off when you have the ball. Because otherwise, when they have the ball, you have no way of gaining momentum at all. And if your kickoff model gets knocked down, you can't pick them up. If you have abilities that need to be triggered, you can't trigger them. You can't stand people up. You can't do anything. And I feel like people really undervalue how this will affect the first turn of the game. And I think it'll be much better, because if I blast earth a guy and they're in rough terrain, I know that their speed is negated and they can't come across the board and maybe steal the ball. Well, now they can glide. Much bigger deal.
It makes the game a lot quicker. It's no longer going to be like your entire first turn is just set up for the second turn.
No, it's a lot better for that, and I'm not sad that it's here. I mean, it might, depending on like how heroics are used on the first turn, like times called might be more useful.
Yeah.
Getting speed boosts, but I think this overall is just a better change for the game. Other than that, that's the only thing that was on the list. They did say that the new Navigator Horizon, the Rogue Smuggler, would be out. We don't have him today because we're recording the night before he comes out.
Yep.
And we don't have inside sources. So, Steamforge, if you want to hit us up, you can get our emails. We'd love to hear from you. But that's really everything for that. They haven't released any new other previews since we did a podcast last.
They did Cinder.
They did do Cinder.
Yes.
I forgot about that. She's in the new box that is Lost at Sea. Hopefully the navigators can find a way to help them out, because
One hopes so.
Because apparently that and the Falconers just took a tumble into the ocean, and we didn't get them on time because we should have had Falconers in June, and it's halfway through July already, and we don't have them.
Yep.
The Falconers and the Faithful box was delayed until basically the week of Gen Con. Coincidence? My conspiracy side says they delayed it so that people would buy it from them.
I mean,
not the first time a company's ever done that.
Not at all.
So, I mean, possibly. I don't know. But what does Cinder do that's new and awesome, Jess?
All right, so I got her pulled up. So her melee zone increased to 2 because she's got that big old fiery spear now.
Yep.
She's going to poke you with it. Her movement stays the same, 6'8", which is on the faster side. Especially with a 2-inch melee, that's pretty dangerous. Her attack increased by 1. Her kick stat decreased. She went down from an 8-inch kick to a 6-inch kick. Well, there's plenty of other kickers on the blacksmiths. It's not that big a deal.
Right.
Her defense went up by 1. She's, instead of a defense 3, she's defense 4. Armor stays the same. Influence stays the same. Her playbook is a lot more aggressive. She's a tackle on 1, non-momentous tackle on 1, momentous 1 damage. 2 column, she just has a dodge. 3rd column, she has momentous guild ball, momentous 2. 4th column, she has non-momentous double dodge. 5th column, momentous 5. 6th column, momentous double dodge. The 7th column, momentous 7.
Momentous 7 seems a lot like Sledge over there. What her
A
attack
little
is
bit.
6, correct?
Yes.
So she can't get to the Momentous 7 by herself.
No, she needs to be played with masters that can increase like her number of automatic hits.
Yeah, needs
there are
hits,
2
needs
of them.
singled outs, needs a charge, really.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's living in the dream world in Magical Christmas Land.
I love Magical Christmas.
It is a great time when everything lines up and you just get to blart all over the table and your opponent gets sad.
She has 1 character play, Impale, costs 2 or a guild ball, 6-inch range, once per turn. Target enemy model suffers 3 damage.
Decent.
Yeah, 3 damage for 2 influence. Okay.
You'll probably hit that, depending on if they don't change how the rules of character plays work.
Yeah.
And her backside?
She does lose 1 life. She goes from 13 to 12. The back of her card, so she has Grim Vengeance character trait. Once per turn during this model's activation, when it inflicts a taking out condition on an enemy model, this model may immediately declare an attack or a kick or make a 2-inch dodge without spending influence.
Not bad.
She has Searing Strike. When damaged by this model, enemy models suffer -1 armor for the remainder of the turn and the burning condition.
Seems okay.
So she's going to slow you down, and she's going to strip an armor from you. Awesome.
Sure.
And then she steals a trait from Tater, Sweeping Charge.
So everybody takes 3 and you charge them?
Yep.
Hey,
The model makes a charge during its activation. In addition to 1 or more playbook damage results, all models within this model's melee zone suffer 3 damage.
So she can do a lot of damage on the charge, obviously. She doesn't get
Yep.
to knock everybody down, but she does get to do 3 damage. She's not going to help the goal threading of them, but she definitely helps the killy side of them, which is, I think, what they didn't do as
They
well.
were severely lacking.
So, a 2-inch melee, sweeping charge, she can get in the fray and do some work. I'm not saying that the blacksmiths are going to kill the shit out of people right out of the gate with this, but we'll see how things change for them. But she helps.
I mean, you get her up there next to one of the masters that give the Sentinel as a Sentinel trait, where it boosts their armor by 1. So then she's a 4/2. You get her like paired up with one of the characters that give her the auto hits.
Yeah, Cranky Grandma.
Cranky Grandma.
Fucking hate Cranky Grandma.
Oh, I love Hearth.
I know
I don't
you
like
do.
playing into her, but I will shove her in somebody's face.
Yeah, you will. I hate that piece. I hate that piece a lot.
But yeah, she is. She's gone from like the ball killer to just the straight up killer.
Yeah. I mean, she's fast. She's she reaches out and touches people, and she's something you have to deal with because she might somehow kill you, or she might just deal too much damage to people. If you got a clump, I'm not saying that 3 damage is going to kill anybody outright, but when you stack 3, 3, 3, when you can deal multiple points like that, saturation happens. So,
Because she, with sweeping charge, she just wants to charge.
yeah, I mean, it'll happen. It's going to happen. It'll definitely help her hit her momentous 7.
Yep.
I mean, if she randomly hits that on 10 dice against like a guy who's already been knocked down by any number of blacksmith peoples, I mean, she could, on a sweeping charge, if she hits the 7, she does 10 damage.
Yep.
That's many damage.
That's a lot
That
of damage.
kills some models.
So you figure all that damage, she's going to set you on fire, and she's also going to drop your defense by 1.
Yeah, she could potentially do 10 damage in one swing. If she's got anything else after that, she could potentially do 2 to 3 a hit. I mean, she could kill somebody.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm not going to complain. She's good. She's got no defensive abilities, really, to speak of, but she's good. She'll probably die on the comeuppance turn, but...
Yeah, she... Unless you have her, like, just within 1 inch of one of the masters to boost her armor up by 1, she's probably going to die.
4/2's not easy to kill.
No.
That's everything for the Guild Ball side of things. Next up on the list of things to talk about, anything for Heroclix?
I mean, a new set just dropped today.
A new set. I heard it was about from the DC animated universe of the Batman adventures.
I mean, it is definitely based around mainly season 1 and 2 of the Batman the Animated Series. One of the best animated series of all time. The characters in it, all the models look like they were pulled directly out of the cartoon. They look fantastic.
Yeah, they look cool. All the models look sweet. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I definitely like all the models that are in there. I mean, you've bought a case and 3 boosters from the pre-release that you went to.
Yeah.
And I think you've already got the next 6 paychecks devoted to this.
Not that many. I mean, here's the thing. I don't care about the chases. The chases, to me, are as good as gone.
But you got the Apache Chief.
Yeah, that's already going to somebody. He's just got to offer me something for it.
Which one? Who got it from you?
Joe's gonna get it.
Joe's gonna get it?
Yeah, Joe has ideas for Apache Chief, and I'm not attached to Apache Chief, so...
I mean, he's probably the coolest of the original Justice Friends.
It's the first Apache Chief that's been in Heroclix, so...
Well, I mean, he was really only in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care about many of the other ones. I mean, you liked Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm's okay.
I mean, there aren't really too many unless you want a very special Hal Jordan.
I mean, the Flash is pretty good.
Was that Barry or Wally?
That was Barry.
Okay.
Back when that show was out, Wally was still Kid Flash.
Oh, okay. Cool. For those people who don't know, if they want to check it out, Jesse did an unboxing video
Yes.
where I sent him a message and was like, oh, this looks pretty cool. Also, talk louder.
Well, it was also like 10 o'clock at night, and there were definitely people sleeping in my house.
Anywho, but the stuff looked cool. Is that Batman Beyond going anywhere?
I have multiples. He's a common. You'll be fine.
Yay! I like Batman Beyond for people
I
who
mean,
don't
you're not
know.
getting my old man Bruce, because that's only have one of them.
Is he a super rare?
He's just a rare, but he directly affects Batman Beyond, obviously.
Only Batman Beyond?
Any Batman family character.
Oh, okay.
But especially Batman Beyond.
So if it's Batman Beyond, he gets extra bonus?
Pretty much. I will bring him up, and I will tell you what he does.
Cool. I mean...
So, well, this old man Bruce is what he does.
Oh, okay.
Batman Allied Team, 4 range. He's 40 points. Has Batman Family, Gotham City, Detective, and Future keywords. He has a trait very good then, Mr. McGinnis. During Force Construction, you may choose another character with the Batman Family keyword to become Bruce Wayne's apprentice. Special attack power. I accept nothing short of excellence. Once per turn, when Bruce Wayne's apprentice would miss an attack, you may re-roll that attack roll. If you do, and Bruce Wayne's apprentice is named Batman Beyond, increase the result of the attack roll by +1. Defense, special defense power. Don't forget about the dog. Stop. Combat reflexes. When this cook is first revealed, you may generate an ace bystander.
Oh, cool. He calls an ace. That's great.
Yep. Special defense power. Welcome to my world. Outwit. At the beginning of the turn, you may choose that Bruce Wayne can't use Outwit. If you do, Bruce Wayne's apprentice can use Outwit until your next turn.
Seems decent.
The ace bystander that he pops out has 8 move charge, 10 attack precision strike, 18 defense with defend,
Ooh.
2 damage battle fury, and improved movement ignores characters.
Seems good.
Yeah, he's really good. And Batman Beyond, they did do a preview of him back when the first set was first announced. But just for those not in the loop.
Yep.
So, Batman Beyond. Common, number 16 in the set. Batman Ally Team. 6 range, 2 targets. 100 points. Keywords, Batman Family, Gotham City, Armor, and Future. Has improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. A trait, the Voice of Experience. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose one. Blades, Claws, and Fangs, Energy Explosion, Incapacitate, or Steal Energy. Batman Beyond can use the chosen power for your next turn.
Seems good.
Starts with Running Shot, Psychic Blast, Invulnerability, and Shape Change.
Okay.
Moves into Charge, Quake, Toughness, and Steal Energy. Or not Steal Energy, Shape Change. Then Charge, Blades, Toughness, Perplex. Sidestep, Incap, Combat Reflexes, Perplex. Sidestep, Steal Energy, Combat Reflexes, Perplex. Running Shot, Energy Explosion, Combat Reflexes, Perplex.
Seems good.
6 clicks long. Flight, Indomitable.
That's my favorite ability on figures.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I love Indomitable.
Yeah, for 100 points and what he brings to the table, it's a great comic.
So he's 100 points. How many points is Bruce?
40.
So 140 points of your team. They're both future figures.
Yes.
Is there a Static Shock?
There's not a Static Shock.
Damn it!
There was one a couple years ago, but it wasn't from the future.
It wasn't future
It
static.
was like, current time period static.
Current static.
Yeah, and he wasn't that good.
I mean, well, probably not. But the fact that they could bring Old Man Static Shock into the future would be pretty cool.
I mean, if this set does well, that leaves the door open for a Justice League Unlimited
Don't
set.
we have to keep asking ourselves if the DC sets do well? Because every other set, I believe we had this discussion where it was like, I want Titans, and you're like, well, they don't put Titans in sets because it's not the shit that sells.
It's really up to DC what goes in the sets.
I know, and I want the figures that I want to be in the set.
I realize that.
They only
There was a bunch of Titans in the Wonder Woman Gravity Feed set.
Yeah, I heard that was forever ago.
It was just like last year. It came around 2 years ago. It came out around the time that Wonder Woman came out.
Right. I just want my original Teen Titans animated movie or animated TV show figures. With Robin and Cyborg and all that.
Maybe if the set does well, they'll throw in some Young Justice figures in the next set.
That'd be super dope.
That'd be amazing.
I hope people are out here buying this set.
I mean, I can say that they are.
Oh, the people
I can tell
received?
you. I can tell you that of the 5 people that were at the store while I was running the event yesterday, 4 of them got cases.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah, there are some just great figures in this set.
Who else pairs well with the old Batman Beyond? Because I am interested in that, and you need to tell me why.
Well, I mean, any character that will boost Batman Ally Team, the Batman Family Team will be in there.
There's an old woman Commissioner Gordon figure.
There is an old woman Babs. She doesn't really boost Batman Beyond all that much.
That stinks. I'm assuming she helps cops or some shit.
I believe so. Let me see. So there is there's 2 Alfreds in this set. There's a common, there's an uncommon. So the uncommon Alfred, 25 points. Batman Family, Gotham City. 3 clicks of life, 2 clicks sidestep, 2 clicks special defense power, 2 clicks special damage power, and then his last click he has support. So the defense power is, can I be of service, Master Bruce? Unique modifier. If Alfred is adjacent to a character named Batman, modify both of their defense by +1. Doesn't help Batman Beyond too much.
Nope.
Special damage power. I always believed in you, Bruce. Perplex. Unique modifier. When Alfred uses it to target a friendly character with a Batman Family keyword, after choosing the combat value, you may roll a d6. If the result is less than the target's click number, you may instead modify the chosen combat value at +2.
Seems good.
So that'll boost up Terry. There is a common Leslie Tompkins.
Okay.
15 points, Gotham City and politician. So she'll break up your. She's gonna break your Batman Family theme. But She has a special damage power when Alfred's bandages won't do. Support. When Leslie Tompkins uses it to target a character with a Batman family keyword, you may roll a d6. If the result of that roll is less than the target's current click number, increase support's roll to heal by +1.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
What else can boost good old Gotham characters? All right. Well, here's Commissioner Barbara Gordon, as we were talking earlier. Police team, 5 range, 35 points. She does have the Batman family keyword, Gotham City, Future, and Police. Attack power, I know all the old tricks, kid. Incapacitate. Power action. Friendly characters with the police keyword within range can use improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain this turn. And then damage power, following in Jim's footsteps. Leadership and enhancement.
Okay. Seems decent.
Yeah, she's not bad.
Cool. So what figures did you get that were super dope and you were like, this is the best yesterday?
So I pulled full common set, which is, in a case, it's to be expected.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled a full uncommon, with the exception of the prime. I did not pull the uncommon prime.
Okay.
I pulled most of the rares. There are some that I am missing. I mean, one of the ones that I was like, please let me pull it because I don't want to have to chase down this figure is good old Nightwing with the mullet.
Nightwing, I love Mullet Wing.
I pulled him. I'm happy about that. I did not pull Flash, which made me sad.
No, I'm sure you'll get him eventually.
Yeah. Got the John Stewart Green Lantern. Got the Batman that comes with the Batarang. I did not get the Tim Drake Robin.
Upsetting.
It is a little bit because he's pretty good. Starts the prop control. There's just a few rares I didn't get. I didn't get the Zeta from Batman Beyond. Which, sad. But again, I'll find him or trade from or something.
Or you'll just buy another case.
Or I don't think I'll buy another case.
Are you sure about that?
I'm missing 12 figures. I don't need to buy another case.
You might buy another case.
I probably won't buy another case.
You say this.
I say this, but then
But I know you, Jesse Vane. What else is super dope in this set?
So the Bane is a lot of fun. Comes with an object that is his Venom harness.
Oh, I heard about the Venom harness. It does a lot of cool shit.
It
gives you bonus stats.
Yeah. So it comes attached. It comes like you begin the game with it attached to him. Mm-hmm. When you use it, you can give him +1 to all stats except range. It gives him Battle Fury because it makes sense. You're like, I'm gonna smash you. But at the end of your turn, you have to roll a d6. If you roll a 1 through 3, you take 1 penetrating damage, which makes sense because you're burning out from the Venom. So he's cool. He looks like a giant luchador, so that always makes me happy.
He should. That's what he is.
Pulled Phantasm. Haven't really looked at her yet. I did not pull any of the title characters, which made me sad.
What figures are the title characters in this set?
Batgirl, Shadow of the Bat, and Batman, Cape Crusader.
Batgirl, Shadow of the Bat, is that one with legs or wheelchair?
It's with legs.
Okay.
They did not make Barbara Gordon in wheelchair in this set. Because I don't think she was ever in the cartoon show.
No, I don't think she ever was, as far as I can recall. And in the future, she was not paralyzed. So.
No.
So what do the two title characters do? Are they super dope?
The Batgirl is probably a little bit more dope than the Batman.
All right.
She's 70 points. Batman ally team ability. Batman family Gotham City keywords. She has improved movement, ignores elevated, ignores hindering. So when she gets KO'd, opposing characters modify attack value by +1 for the rest of the game.
Okay.
She is 7 clicks deep on a 70-point figure with Indomitable.
Seems good.
That's that right there. That's amazing.
What's her starting defense?
18.
It's pretty good.
So
figure that has stealth all the time.
Yeah. Her starting stats her starting click is 8 move sidestep, 10 attack, 18 defense super senses, 3 damage prop control.
Oh, prop is not bad. What's her range? 6?
4.
4? That's
4.
Shitty, but
I mean it's she shouldn't be able to throw that batarangs that far. So her plot abilities is give her a plot point, she can use perplex.
all right.
-1 plot point. She gets to have her speed.
Not bad. I mean, it's not bad.
It's essentially a charge.
And she basically has leap climb the entire time when she does it too. So I mean, it's not bad. It's a charge that she can use whenever she wants.
The -2 ability is, let's see what Batgirl can do. Outwit. When she uses it after resolutions, she can use charge at no cost, but can only attack the character she targeted with the outwit.
Really? Okay.
So cool. She has Indomitable. While she has 2 tokens, you can give her that -2 ability, and then she gets to use outwit then charge.
She can do that while she's pushed out?
While she has 2 tokens.
I mean, yeah, free use of her on the turn.
Yeah.
On the free turn. That's great. I feel like that's a great idea.
And then her -3 ability is free. Make a close attack targeting each opposing character within range and line of fire, regardless of adjacency.
Okay.
Instead of normal damage, hit targets are given an action token.
And that's minus how many?
-3.
That's her big ability?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather use her -2 over and over again.
But if you have just a crowd of dudes that you can push out,
it's not bad.
No.
It's no -8 or anything like that.
Well,
but no, it's pretty sweet.
Neither of these figures have a giant capstone ability.
No, but I really feel like that the -2 ability is really useful because you can activate push with Indomitable. Next turn, you don't even have you clear, but you still get to charge.
Yeah.
You essentially never get to she's never down.
Yeah.
She has no downtime and she's always fighting somebody.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
It is.
Is she a super rare?
She is super rare, yes.
I feel like she's going to go for some dollars.
She might.
I mean, she no downtime. It's better than like signal pushing because she's never going to be she can't not do anything.
She starts with 2 plot points.
Right.
So she's kind of armed already to begin with. The balance is, if she gets knocked out, it's a pretty hefty fee that you pay.
Right.
Your opponent's figures get +1 attack. But again, she's a pretty solid character and she can handle her own.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of equipment out there that can just make her better.
I'm sure there is.
So the other title character is Batman, Cape Crusader.
I bet he's super great.
5 range, 2 targets, 100 points, Batman family, Gotham City detective. So his abilities are +1 plot point, smoke pellets. Smoke cloud is free.
As it should be.
-1, he's everywhere. Free, have speed, and then move. That might have been her ability also for the -1. So it's not have speed then attack, it's just have speed then move. For free.
Oh, okay.
-2, unbeatable. Free action. Heal Batman 1 click for each token he has.
For each action token or each plot point?
Each action token.
So on his pushed out turn, he can heal too.
Yeah.
Is he Indomitable as well?
Yes. Well, I mean,
he
the only
should be.
thing is, like, when you use those abilities, you have to make an attack, otherwise you take unavoidable damage at the end of your turn.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah. Which is why Batgirl's like that much better, because she gets that free action charge. But yeah, you heal him 1 click for each action token he has. You can, however, use that on a turn where you put the second token down.
Okay.
Because you already attacked, it'll back check, and then he gets to heal 2 clicks.
That's good. I don't mind that at all.
The -3 on the Batman. It's the same thing that Batgirl has. Make a close attack. Just make a close attack. Okay. Make a close attack, targeting each opposing character within range and line of fire, regardless of adjacency. Instead of normal damage, hit characters are given an action token.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. They're both good.
Yeah.
Can you only play one title character in your team?
Yes.
Oh.
His thing when he's KO'd, opposing characters modified defense by +2 for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I mean, if you killed the Batman,
Yeah.
you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Pretty much.
Cool. There's no bad guy title characters?
No, they usually only do 1 or 2 per set.
Okay, cool.
Looking at the rest of the figures, there's really... So the ones I pulled in my case, and that I had already, I pulled Bane at the pre-release.
Right.
I pulled Phantasm at the pre-release. Didn't get the 2 title characters. Didn't get the Prime. Pulled the Joker in the case last night. I pulled the Robot Minotaur in the case last night.
What is he from, by the way?
Apparently there was an episode that, like, I guess Riddler controlled a giant robot Minotaur or something. It might have been, like, when Batman was going through, like, a maze or something.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
All I know is, like, the robot Minotaur, if He has a trait that says, I have no muscle, yet I have 2 hemispheres. During force construction, if you have a character named the Riddler on your force, Robot Minotaur may be added to your force for 50 points instead of 60, and does not count for or against the theme team.
Oh, seems okay.
And then he has another trait. When an opposing character targets Robot Minotaur with Outwit or Perplex, roll a d6. On 1 through 3, after resolutions, give Robot Minotaur an action token. If you have a character named the Riddler on your force, the action token is only given on results 1 or 2.
Seems good.
I pulled Clayface out of my case, pulled Man-Bat out of my case.
Okay.
I did not pull the Ventriloquist, which kind of makes me sad, because he's one of my favorite Batman villains.
You like the crazy little guy?
Yeah. So it's the figure of the Ventriloquist, and he has a light object that is Scarface. So, I mean, Ventriloquist by himself, sidestep and willpower, that's all he has. 4 clicks long, 40 points. He has a trait that says more than just a dummy. Ventriloquist may start the game with Scarface equipped. If Ventriloquist is Scarface equipped, he can use Leadership, Mastermind. When Ventriloquist uses Leadership and succeeds, instead of removing an action token, you may generate a number 5 suited henchman. He also has another trait. You would swear it was 2 separate people. When Ventriloquist would take damage from an attack, you may choose to unequip Scarface to take a maximum of 1 damage instead. And then Scarface is a light object. Anybody can equip it. When he's unequipped, he just drops. And the effect for equipping him is Energy Explosion, Range Combat Expert, minimum range value 4.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What else is in this crazy set?
Grey Ghost.
Who?
So there was a couple episodes where it shows like Bruce Wayne as a kid was like watching like an old timey TV show.
Yeah.
It was called The Grey Ghost, and it was like a show that he watched when he was a kid that he kind of modeled Batman after.
Oh, okay.
And the Grey Ghost is voiced by Adam West.
That's I like it. It's funny, but I like it.
I guess some villain went to go attack the guy who played Grey Ghost, and he and Batman had like a team up.
That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl, I actually have 2 of those right now.
You got 2 of them?
Yeah, because I pulled one in the pre-release, and I pulled one in my case.
Are they good?
They're good, but not good enough to hold on to 2 of them.
Oh, that sucks. Put it up on that eBay.
Or I'll just find somebody to trade it to.
Get yourself that ventriloquist you missed.
I pulled Zatanna.
Okay.
And I pulled Ink.
What does Ink do?
Ink. So she, 75 points, 0 range. Gotham City Underworld, Future, Monster, Spy. Ignores elevation for movement purposes. Trait of a mutagenic experiment. Free action, choose 1. Stealth, shape change, tiny size, or giant reach. Giant reach 2. Ink can use a chosen power or ability to your next special movement power. Liquid polymorph.
Right.
Hypersonic speed, sidestep. If Ink occupies wider terrain, she modifies her combat values by -1 and can't use hypersonic speed or sidestep.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she should technically take damage from that too.
Wow.
But, close enough. I don't know how much water is on terrain these days.
Not a whole lot.
It's like the old put Aquaman in a pool situation.
Pretty much. And then special defense power, Shadow Meld. Super senses and energy shield deflection.
That's not bad.
No.
She's not a bad figure.
No, she's cool.
So what are the chases are all super friends?
The chases are all super friends.
You got Apache Chief?
I got Apache Chief and I got Hawkman.
Oh, you got Hawkman from the Justice Friends?
Mm-hmm.
Is he any good or is he just kind of whatever?
He's just kind of whatever.
Oh, okay. So I mean you can always trade the Hawkman for a Firestorm.
Maybe. Yeah.
Is Firestorm okay?
I would prefer to have Firestorm. I just like the character better.
Is he more playable?
Probably. Firestorm is 80 points or 40 points. Starts out running shot, psychic blast, energy shield, and 3 damage with special power. It's perplex. When he uses it, he can modify a value except damage by +2 or -2. And he just goes through and gets after the 1 click of running shot, he gets sidestep, and then he can phase near the end of his dial. 3 clicks Psychic Blast, 3 clicks Energy Explosion. The 2 starting clicks and 2 ending clicks are Energy Shield, and the 2 middle clicks are Toughness. Okay. And the 2 starting clicks, 2 ending clicks are that Perplex, and the 2 middle clicks are Probability Control.
Seems good to me.
He's not bad. At 7 range, 2 targets. The thing about these chases is they all have a really, really common weakness. Like they chose a certain thing of they're weak against for every single figure. And their common abilities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Firestorm's weakness is Professor Stein lecturing me during a battle, my occasional weakness. Characters that can use Outwit modify attack values +2 when attacking only Firestorm. Characters that can use Outwit modify defense by +2 when Firestorm attacks them.
Okay.
Every one of those chases has one of those abilities.
Kryptonite, my only weakness.
Let's see. Batman is characters that can use Perplex modify attack value +2 when attacking only Batman.
Why?
And he gets +2 defense, or they get +2 defense when he's attacking them.
Lots of characters have Perplex.
Robin.
It seems terrible.
Characters that can use Plasticity modify attack value by +2, blah, blah, blah. Aquaman is characters that aren't occupying water terrain modify attack values +2.
So you basically never play Aquaman.
Superman. Characters that can use Energy Shield modify attack values +2. And then modify their defense by +2 when Superman attacks them.
You'd think that Superman's weakness would be Magic Blast.
You'd think so. Mystical keyword or something.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Characters can use Telekinesis, modify attack values by +2.
Okay.
Flash. Characters that can use Sidestep, modify attack values by +2 when attacking Flash.
Wouldn't it make more sense thematically with characters with Plasticity for Flash?
They already used that for Robin, so they had to choose something else.
Sure, but it makes more sense for Flash than Robin.
Green Lantern, the color yellow, my occasional weakness.
Oh, God.
Characters displaying a yellow power on their combat die modify attack values by +2.
Phasing, Pulse Wave, Defend, and...
Support.
I mean, you might see that?
Yeah, you will.
No.
Apache Chief. Characters with tiny size modify their attack values by +2 when targeting only Apache Chief.
By what when they're... Wait, say that again?
Characters that with tiny size modify their
Oh.
attack value by +2 and modify their defense by +2 when he attacks them.
Alright.
The Atom. Characters with giant size or colossal modify attack values by +2. Firestorm, Outwit. Hawk Girl.
What does she do?
Not getting screen time, my occasional weakness.
Ha!
Unless Hawk Girl's attack is the first during your turn, characters modify defense by +2 when she attacks them. Characters modify attack values by +2 when attacking Hawk Girl if it is the first attack of their turn.
Oh, man.
So that one's a little harder to work around.
Yeah, that's not great either. That's...
Hawkman. Characters without flight modify attack values +2 when attacking only Hawkman.
Why?
Characters without flight modify defense by +2 when Hawkman attacks them.
But flight counters ground. It's how that works in the Pokemons.
I mean...
What? But how is flying a detriment when you're fighting guys on the ground?
I mean, if you look at so the Hawkman and Hawkgirl super rare, they have a trait brings aerial mobility to the team. They have sidestep but can move up to 3 squares instead. Modify attack values by +1 when targeting characters without flight. So it's like the exact opposite.
Oy. Ugh.
But yeah, all those chases, like, they're cool if you're into Super Friends. And I'm a big Batman fan, but I don't want the Batman chase at all.
Yeah, no, I don't really want any of those figures whatsoever. None of those chases would excite me in the grand scheme of a chase.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. So, how do you feel like this set will affect the metagame?
It's hard to tell.
What are you expecting to see a lot of at your venue?
Well, my venue doesn't really do meta.
Sure.
All that much.
You're playing. So the set released this Tuesday is obviously going to be bring some Batman shit. What do you expect to see people bringing?
It's a good question. I mean, a lot of the con exclusive ID cards are the Batman villains right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see some Batman villains getting ID'd. I mean, the event I'm running next week is like commons and uncommons, and that's it. So, yeah, we'll probably see a lot of Batman Beyond. Because he's a very good common. He's a fantastic common.
I like me a Batman Beyond figure.
It is a fantastic piece. Better than the other Batman Beyonds they've made so far.
How many have they made to date?
I want to say 2.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. As long as as long as the set does well and they make more Batman Beyond figures, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd be very happy with that.
So do you think any of the Do you think that the Hawk-Girl Batman duo will be any good? I remember looking at the stats with you.
Hawk Girl, Hawkman.
Yeah, that seems pretty decent. Like, I feel like that's got some legs.
It's
very mobile.
It's very extremely mobile. I played that figure during the pre-release and was the swap back and forth mechanic, and like if they kill them, you just go to the other dial and you can't swap back and forth anymore. That is it's a pretty decent mechanic. There isn't a lot in the set that can take it down, that can just kind of counter it, especially with on the hypersonic stuff, because there's not a lot in the set with hypersonic speed. There's like flashes.
Go figure, a Flash has hypersonic speed.
I know. As to how this set will affect the meta, I mean, the meta right now is
Shredder.
It's still Shredders, and the Blackbird has made a huge appearance. Blackbird and X-Men support pieces are really huge right now. And that was a good portion of what I saw Saturday at the WizKids Open that I ran.
Yeah, you did run a WizKids Open.
Yes, I did.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, it wasn't a lot. I mean, you didn't have to take much time out of your day. It wasn't like it was a commitment or anything.
I mean, it wasn't like I got there a little bit after 11 and left a little bit after 11 that night.
12 hours. So what won your WizKids Open?
Shredders!
Oh, that crutch piece we talked about, right?
Yeah, well, all right. First round, the guy who won the event, like, he actually lost first round. And I was like, really? Things are looking a little different now. At the end of, like, the 5 rounds we did a Swiss, there was actually, like, an original team sitting on top.
Great.
The problem is, the Shredders came back around, and one of the next 2 rounds, he went up against the Unimind team.
The Unimind?
Unimind is one of the big meta pieces right now. He has like 3 different starting lines. One's like just under 400, just under 300, and then like 150 or 175 or something like that. So you get to set X number of pieces on your sideline that depend on the number of points you play them at. During your turn, you can choose powers on those pieces and give those powers to Unimind.
Okay.
So you get to pick a power with those pieces, all that stuff. And then he can turn off his Power Cosmic Team ability to use Perplex and Willpower instead.
Wow.
So if he chooses to use Willpower and Perplex, he can modify his stats by +2.
Seems right.
He can modify a character of the Eternals keyword by +2, which is himself, of course. And he gets to use it in additional times for each Eternal he has on his sideline that he's picking powers from.
Okay.
So it's a character that can bump up his stats by +2 a whole bunch of times and turn him, like, pick powers and make himself into this colossal beat machine.
Sounds fair and balanced.
When you actually do kill him, you don't get points for Unimind. What happens is the Eternals you have on your sideline come in on their very last click. And you have to essentially go through them. The Shredder team that won the event KO'd the Unimind, got those pieces to pop out, and then went and killed all of them. The thing about the Eternals is they're all expensive pieces. They're 100 points plus in like every single one of them. So the Eternals that he killed were over the 300-point build of the event.
So he was able to sneak back into the top 8.
He swung 500-some points off that round.
Useful.
Very much so. That win against the Unimind knocked him right back into it. So he was coming into, I think he came in like before the top 8 cut. He was like 4th place or something like that.
All right.
And then just steadily beat him, steadily won his way back into the finals.
All right. What was the finals?
So the final match
was?
The final match was Shredders versus a combination of Chase Star Fox, Lockjaw, Groot Colossal, and Unseen.
Chase Star Fox, so guy piloting an R-Wing?
No, it's the creepy Avenger, Star Fox, the one who manipulates pheromones.
Pretend I never know who that guy was.
He's an Eternal.
Oh, okay.
So it's like...
Wait, it modifies pheromones, so it's Purple Man?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Powers
superpower.
like that?
He
Okay.
he manipulates pheromones.
All right. It's interesting.
and he's like Thanos' brother. That the cosmic chases from it's like one of the chases from the Avengers Infinity set.
All right.
So he has like that kind of like half eternity like sculpt to him, where it's all stars and stuff like that.
Okay.
He just traded Flurry. He gets like +2 perplex. That's a special thing. He can perplex things by +2.
All right.
8 range, I think, and decent stats.
So what did the match come down to? Did you watch it?
I didn't really watch it all that much. It was just like once Shredder's gonna go in, it's hard to stop him.
You have to put the Shredder down. Is it like you have to try to like negate both of them, or can you just focus fire one of them?
I mean, the easiest thing to do to try to bring Shredders down is you kill their transportation.
Oh, okay.
Depending on
So
what
they got some
build
vulture.
they're
They got
playing.
some vulture taxis walking around.
They got the Overdrive taxi going on. Overdrive is a 35-point character from the last Spider-Man set. He can take an adjacent object. Mm-hmm. He removes it from the board and turns it into a charged-up motorcycle vehicle, and then he can pilot it. So that vehicle has sidestep and like a crazy amount of movement, and they can carry 4 characters.
So you pile the Shredder into the Overdrive.
You pile Shredders onto the charge-up cycle because you can carry 4 characters. Overdrive's off the board at that point, and you just drive it across the board.
Okay.
So Shredder is up in your grill pretty quickly. Then, if you manage to blow up the vehicle, instead of like killing it outright, it swaps with an item, and then Overdrive pops out next to it, which next turn he can free action, turn it back into a vehicle.
Puh.
So it's just this chain of like...
So even if you do get to shoot the vehicle and get them to pop out, it's just going to come back and they can just drive back into you.
Unless you just go ahead and kill Overdrive, which isn't hard to do because he's a 3-click character.
Oh, well, you can kill him then, but the problem is you got to get through the little vehicle. I mean, how much clicks does the vehicle take?
It's a bystander.
Oh, so it just takes 1?
It takes 1 damage.
So you got to devote at least 1 attack a turn to hitting it, which, I mean, isn't terrible, but...
But then, by the time you're able to draw a line of fire to hit it, you got Shredders in your face.
How many Shredders do you usually fight in that team?
2.
And the Shredders just shred things. Cut.
Pretty much, if they don't begin a move action next to you, and they move adjacent to you, you take 1 penetrating.
Ew, that's not cool.
No, it hurts. And so there's 2 of them. So they're gonna sidestep and poke you.
So
and then
they
they're
deal
take,
2 damage to you just by moving up to you.
And then they're gonna take move actions and poke you again.
Yeah, you sure could. That sucks.
So they're doing the free damage. They're also great figures for using the ID cards.
Okay.
Because you have to call in characters that are equal in points or less than you. They're 90 points, so they can call in most
a lot of guys, yeah.
They can call in most of the ID
So
cards.
are they calling in Cyclopses and shit?
They're calling in, at that point, they're probably calling in Wolverines.
That's probably why
50
our buddy's
points.
selling his Wolverine right now. That makes a lot of sense. Man, that shit's broken. They should fix that.
They're rotating out next year.
Wait a couple years. They'll rotate out. Who cares about the current state of the metagame?
Pretty much.
Good job, kids. Good job.
The big meta thing right now is just, there's... The Chase Star Fox teams are pretty big. They're new on the scene. Mm-hmm. We have the Shredders, obviously. Mm-hmm. Unimind has been a constant threat since last August.
Sure.
When it came out. The X-Men Blackbird teams are starting to swing pretty hard.
Okay.
Just because one of the guys who played in there, he was a newer player, so he didn't have everything down. Was playing Blackbird, 3 Cyclopses. I
saw that team when I walked in to visit.
And then, just stuff on the side. It's an effective team.
Yeah, Cyclops, that giant pie-in-the-sky Cyclops, he's pretty good.
He's great for 50 points, especially since, he can't perplex himself, but he can perplex another X-Men character.
So he just perplexes the other Cyclopses?
Yes.
It seems okay.
And then if you manage to hit one of the other characters with X-Men team ability, he now gets free attacks on you.
3 free shots.
Mm-hmm.
Seems okay to me.
After perplexes.
Seems great.
And then he gets the regular attack.
Cool. So he only shoots... So he basically only gets shot by him 6 times a turn.
So I was kind of watching the one game that he was playing, and So the guy who's playing against killed the Blackbird. So
Right.
Cyclops pops out, and the Cyclops piloting it got the +2 to all of his stats, all that stuff. And then so he pulled off 4 free attacks, so 7 attacks essentially that turn.
Jesus.
4 free attacks and 3 costed attacks.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, that's what I would say to a person that I was playing against. Like, I understand this is like a big tournament. It's like you're about to expect that. But if I sat down to a regular game and somebody was like, here's what I do, you don't get to do anything. I'd be like, cool story, bro. Why'd we play this game?
I mean, the guy was up in his face. They
They were ready to fight each other?
No, they're both newer players. Mm-hmm. After those 7 attacks, I will say he did not manage to kill the superior Spider-Man.
He did not?
Superior Spider-Man was still standing there.
How?
So I wasn't around for this part, but Cyclops has Precision Strike, and he definitely forgot to announce Precision Strike when he made those attacks.
Oh, does he have like Impervious or something?
No, he has Super Senses.
Oh, so even from Precision Strike does 1 damage to soups?
No, it's just
Or reduces the Super Senses roll, right?
Yep, to 6s only.
I mean, imagine that's probably an important thing. I imagine there's probably some attacks where he's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was a 5.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, you know, if you learn what your broken cheese does before you bring it to the tournament.
He had a notebook that kind of explained to him, like, in order what he should be doing, and he just forgot to look at it.
So where was the guy who won from?
Columbus. He's actually one of the stronger players out there.
In the Columbus meta? In the Columbus crew?
In the world meta.
Oh, well, I mean, you know, you play crutches, you get good, right? I don't got any dogs in this fire. I'm just going to throw shade.
That's true.
You just win. You just play good teams and win, right? That's how it works.
That is true. I mean, if you can be good, get good.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, good for him. Glad to see his expenditures are winning him events.
Yep.
So, any word on what's going on with that Days of Future Past thing?
I just scheduled the first event. We're doing it as constructed, I think. I might switch over to sealed. I don't know.
So, how's all this stuff going to work? Because you haven't told me about it.
It's essentially the Days of Future event. Days of Future Past is you show up, you pay X amount. You're gonna get 1 ID card for participation, and if you win, you get another ID. You get a different ID card.
Win the event?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the prizes are ID cards.
Great.
And then you build up points based on games you played, games you win, games you lost. Mm-hmm. At the end of the 3 months, the person who has the most points in the event gets the Tri-Sentinel.
Ugh. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it basically says if you want the Tri-Sentinel, you got to come every fucking night.
I mean, yeah, you do. Yeah.
That's rough.
That's what happens. You play in these events. If you want to win the prize, you got to show up.
How many weeks is it?
It's 3 months. 3 weeks.
3 months.
It's 1 week a month for 3 months.
Oh, okay. So it's not every week.
No.
Okay. So when do you think your first one's going to be?
So my first Days of Future Past month, the month 1 event is August 14th.
August 14th. That's cool. Well, I'll have to try to come out for those. They're going to be sealed, you said?
The first one I scheduled is sealed.
Or is it specifically a sealed or what? Like specifically, what set am I buying?
It depends what set they have at their end time. It'll probably be Avengers Infinity.
But why can't it be Batman?
Because Batman will probably sell out and Avengers Infinity is just sitting.
Oh, pooper sticks. I played in one sealed event and wasn't thrilled, Jess.
I realize
it's a set that does not. To use a Jesse phrase, it does nothing for me.
Mm-hmm. I understand completely. That set left me wanting. I'm a big Avengers fan.
I mean, I like Avengers, but I didn't care about what was in there.
It's not so much like, your base Avengers. They threw your base Avengers in there as like a kind of gimme. Like enjoy your little Iron Man, enjoy your Thor that moves around lightning bolts. Enjoy your Captain America title character that isn't much Captain America-ish.
It had a lot of figures where I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't read Avengers. I read a very specific amount of Avengers stories.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about these people.
It was based around like a storyline from like, I want to say 2000 maybe.
I read the last couple issues of Avengers up to 500 through of Disassembled and then when they reformed. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. If it wasn't that, I haven't read Avengers.
No. It was based off a story that was many moons ago and I guess like only X amount of issues long.
Oh, okay.
But they want to do colossals and stuff like the colossal figures and stuff like that.
Sure.
Which cool. All right, I get it. But
if you pull Thanos, you basically win.
that Thanos is hit or miss.
I got my fucking ass kicked by Thanos.
I mean, if they're doing the right trait, yeah, you're gonna get your ass whooped by Thanos.
That's fucking Thanos, man. Oh, you didn't hit me. Oh, it sucks. Take your own damage.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Why hitting yourself?
Yeah,
Why hitting yourself?
Kick me into Jimmy. Yeah, no. Well, maybe I'll come out for that. I'll have to schedule around my own Tuesday night tussle.
Yes. Your wrestling cards.
My wrestling cards. I like wrestling cards. They're fun.
That's cool.
Stupid wrestling card game.
You enjoy your stupid wrestling card game.
I will. I have enjoyed my stupid. People love that game because it's stupid. Because you know what's better than being stupid? Being stupid with a purpose in kayfabe.
Well, there you go.
Because everything's better in kayfabe. Because then you can just say, no, it's not me. It's my character. I'm not really that big of an asshole. Spoiler, I'm that big of an asshole.
I was going to say, that's not true.
I'm a heel. And everybody knows I'm a heel. I am the heel commissioner of my league.
There you
Everyone's
go.
like, why are you being a heel? I mean, it's easy for me.
You kind of got to be if you're being like,
Oh, yeah. If you're in charge, you definitely... There's no such thing as a non-heel. I mean, Kurt Angle barely is right now on Raw, but...
Yeah.
Tangents aside, yeah. Authority figures are never non-heels. They're always... They're tweeners barely, but, they're always heels. So it'll be 3 months, so August, September, and October. So it's going into October. That's really long.
Yeah. I mean, they just started it late in the year, that's all.
Okay. That's not terrible, I suppose.
No.
I expected it to be one of those, buy specific boosters and shit.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be, but then it wasn't.
Oh, well. Because those are always the best. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again for this edition of the Push or Pass podcast. You can find us on all the social medias at Push or Pass. The best way to get a hold of us is to message the Push or Pass Facebook. I will be going to Gen Con. I'll be there all 4 days. You can find me in the Guild Ball areas on Friday and Saturday. I'll be doing the Gen Con Championships. And I'll be doing the Rookie League on Saturday if I don't get super tired and not do it. I've always wanted to do the Rookie League, and I haven't done it. And I think the Venom model looks super cool. So I might try for that. Or the Salvo model. He's also very cool. So I'll be doing those 2 Guild Ball things. I'll be walking around. I have no paraphernalia that I know. I would say look for the fatter nerd guy with a beard and a black shirt, but that's 90% of the fucking population.
That is very true.
But I will be there. I'm going to be taking whole lots of pictures for everybody to see the new hotness. Walking around all the different booths, WizKids, Steamforge. I'll probably be past Fantasy Flight. Posting lots of stuff here, there, and everywhere for our boots on the ground. Jesse will not be at Gen Con because he doesn't go to Gen Con except for once every 10 years.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. You went last year.
I went last year.
And then you didn't go till 10 years before that.
I went in 2012. Then I went last year.
Okay.
I think there might have been a year in between I might have gone. But, it's not going to be an every year type thing.
No. But I'll be there. I'm going with some buddies. This is the last time they're going to be able to go for the foreseeable future with their children. So yeah, we're going down. We got a dope ass hotel connected to the convention center this year. We won the lottery pretty hard and got a walkable distance, which is pretty great. But we'll be getting all the floor coverage, seeing what we can see. I'm going to the Fantasy Flight in-flight report Wednesday night, so we'll have some information there from everything that's launching on the X-Wing 2.0 rules. Anything else you want to plug?
Not really. No, I got nothing.
You got nothing coming up? Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you, and we'll see you after Gen Con.
You can find the Push or Pass podcast at pusherpass.wordpress.com, Instagram.com/pusherpass, Facebook.com/pusherpass, or on Twitter @pusherpass. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.